Hey, it's Gene Bleeker, and welcome to Genius Thoughts. I'm your eyes, ears, voice in real estate, business, and the community. And oh my gosh, I have a great celebrity here today, Mr. Steve Lieberman. Steve, thanks for being on the show.
Hey, thanks, Gene. Thanks for having me. Looking
You're
forward.
welcome. Is that coffee you're drinking, or is there a little alcohol in it?
No, it's absolutely coffee, buddy.
Okay. This show is about being caffeinated because this is all about energy, synergy, and you giving some really great insights on the real estate market. So if you're ready, brother, I'm ready with you.
Well, absolutely. I'm ready to have my coffee. But
All
well, I'll try
right.
to
I'm
deliver.
ready to
I'll
have my
try to
genius
deliver
thoughts. So
some.
if you're ready for coffee, we're ready to go. So tell
Awesome.
me about yourself and your wonderful family, my brother.
All righty. So, as well, we've known each other for probably close to 20 years, I think, right? Overall, um, myself, my wife, my three adult children, resided here in Santa Clarita since 2003. Coincidentally, I got my real estate license in 2005. My wife and I have enjoyed both of us long careers in public service. I, as I've been a real estate agent since 2005. However, prior to that, I had a long career with actually LA County for public service in different positions. Many years as a law enforcement officer, then as an emergency manager, and so now you know what I decided, especially after um, as you get older, you get wiser, right? And when we're young, and I know you subscribe to this, Gene. I worked a lot of hours because that was my job, not only as a I'll say a public servant, but also as a provider to my family, so my family could enjoy all the beautiful things in Santa Clarita. As I said, they went to elementary school here, junior high school, then college. College of the Canyons. Um, and now two of them work in the community as nurses. So I'm super proud of my family. I'm super proud of the community. My youngest daughter is about to graduate nursing school. Go figure. I got
Awesome.
four nurses to take care of me. But we've really enjoyed, I'll say, the Santa Clarita lifestyle.
I was going to
And
say you
so
take great advantage of that, you know?
I try to, and honestly, part of the my real estate, I'll say the real estate side of the house. I started kind of uh, at the insistence of one of my coworkers. He said, "Hey, look, man, you know what? I've got my real estate license. I've been doing real estate for 5 or 6 years. Not only is it a great opportunity to make to make some money, but it's also you're helping people, right? And for me,
Right.
for a long time, I just worked with my I'll say client referrals or coworkers, and that served me well because of the organization that I worked for. However, now I'm looking to kind of shift and rebuild the business, and it's a different time. Anyhow, I know that was probably
No,
too much,
no,
but
you answered it perfectly, without a doubt. So during this program, I ask this question all the time. Is there any hobbies? Is there anything that you want to share with the viewers that they might know about a Steve Lieberman?
oh wow, anything that I care to share that you don't know,
Care to
uh,
share? That's the key word.
right? Care to share. You know, Not really. I mean, pretty much most of the people that know me, I'm an open book. I tend to wear my thoughts and feelings on my what do they say, on my collar or on
Right?
my arm. What is it they don't know? You know what? I think as I've gotten older and I like to think wiser, my values have changed a little bit in terms of what's important. As I said earlier, now the most important thing to me is number one, spending quality time with my family, making memories. I'm 62, Gene, so I'm in the fourth quarter, and you know what? And give back to the community however I can.
Well, you do a great job at everything. So, being a
Thank you.
public servant, which you were very successful at and still are very successful at, uh, what got you into the real estate business? Who was the driving force of saying, you know what, Steve, you would be great at doing this? Who
You know
was
what?
that
As
person?
I said earlier, one of my partners, he was a real estate agent, and actually, he prompted me. Probably it was like 2000 and probably three or four, and because I got my license in 2005. Um, and I liked the way, it was definitely attractive to me, and it was something that I could do, based on my family schedule, quite honestly. Um, but I'll tell you one thing, I don't regret it at all, although I've been through, many shifts in the market, and I think you'll probably ask me a little bit later, but this has definitely been the most interesting time and the most challenging time. But I would definitely say that, like I said, a coworker really inspired me initially.
So, what was the best advice? And you've hung around some really influential real estate people. But what was the best advice you think somebody ever gave you about real estate?
Wow. You know what? I'll tell you, most definitely, it's that real estate, and if you're going to be a professional real estate agent, it's not for the weak. I mean, you got to be ready. Number one, everybody says you've got to be, market knowledge and be the go-to person. But to get there, I think in today's environment, you definitely, it's hard work. I mean, you got to suck it up. It's a grind, and you got to do it every day. And I think the best advice I think anybody gave me, and I'll give to anybody else, is that when it comes to real estate, it's all about the numbers, it's about consistency, and you absolutely have to have a skill set that lends itself to helping people in a very, I'll say, honest, organic way, not in a um, pretend way, if you will.
When you say you got to know the numbers, what is your definition of that, Steve?
Well, right now, I mean, take basically you've got to know the marketplace in terms of, our houses is it a flat market? Are they appreciating? Are they depreciating? The interest rates. And now, the other one thing that's become a big issue especially here in Southern California is homeowner insurance. We just suffered one of the worst wildfires well, I'll say the state, but maybe the country's ever seen. And as everybody knows, in California, homeowner insurance has been basically, going up. In some cases, hundreds, basically double and tripling. And unfortunately, it's probably just going to get worse. So I think when I say the numbers and you talk about, like I'll use my adult children, they all have good jobs, but for them to go out and have the American dream and purchase a new home, just say here in Santa Clarita, right, or in Canyon Country, first time home buying now is almost $1 million plus the interest rates at 6.5, 7.5, depending on your credit situation, and then on top of that, you're going to pay another 5 or 6 thousand a year for insurance. It's expensive. It's a challenge, and I really feel for buyers. So that's why I look for every opportunity. I think the other part of it is as a real estate agent, you've got not only know your numbers, but you've got to be a great transaction engineer. You've got to be able to provide them solutions and options that basically fit their financial, I'll say, scenario.
I love that solution and options. I've hosted this show for a long time, and I really kind of like it. It's quite refreshing that you kind of talked about that aspect of the business. So, so that's what your definition of numbers are, and I like that a lot, without a doubt. So, we talked earlier when you and I got together last week about your definition, and you laughed when I said this. Can you give me the good, the bad, the ugly, and the awesome of the marketplace? And I know you were laughing with me when I said that one, Nico. Boy, that is a really tough yet easy question to answer. Would you like to share that with our viewers, your thoughts on the market right now?
Sure. Well, Gene, as I said, I'm 62. I don't remember what I said last week, but let me take a stab at it
I was
today.
right with you.
Um, you know what, like I said, it's a very, very difficult market. I think, and well, let me back up. Let me answer it. It depends. From the perspective of, are you a buyer? Are you a seller? Are you an investor? Or are you a renter? Right? That's number one. I think, overall, for me as a real estate agent and serving, I'll say, my typical client, it's a challenge. And the reason is number one, for example, on the selling side, which I
Mhm.
typically like to be the lister, right, the listing agent. Sellers are now they're excited because they think their house is worth many times more than it's worth, more than what the market dictates. Two, they've heard about and I'm not an attorney, so please don't take anything I'm about to say as any type of legal advice. But with the new issue with seller commissions, seller concessions, buyer agent commissions. It's confusing. So as a real estate agent, we definitely need to take a different approach with our sellers to educate them on the reality of the market and basically the real cost of getting their house sold for the most money possible in the shortest amount of
Right.
time. Um, and then educating the buyers on the same thing. The buyers have never had to pay a commission, and when you say that, a lot of them they just look at you, quite frankly, like with deer in the headlights. Most of them, it's their obviously their first time buyers. It's their first time, looking to purchase a property, and they just don't know. So I feel like that's a challenge. And again, the whole affordability. I mean, here we are in Southern California. We have a huge temperature tax, and it seems to be getting increasing. Um, Again, home prices, although we're seeing a slight slowdown, we're seeing some, price improvements, as we like to say now. But at the end of the day, you're still up. And again, not a lot of money, but people aren't used to looking at 6.5, 7% interest rates on an 800, $900 million loan.
Right.
Um, because quite frankly, a lot of things have gone up 30 to 40, 50%, but most people's paychecks have remained the same. In fact, and some of them have gotten worse. But I will tell you, kind of one of the things I've noticed, Gene, to your point, is, and I tend to I drive around the different neighborhoods in Santa Clarita, and one of the things I've noticed is when you drive around now, I guess I would say recently, I notice a lot more cars parked on the street than I used to. I mean, typically, the houses, we all have garages. We tend to park our cars in our garages, maybe on the driveway. But, and I bring that up to say, I think really what's happening, and I don't have any data to support it, but just is that we're seeing more residential real estate being used as homes for extended families, right? So it's not just the mom, the dad, and the kids, but it's the mom and dad, kids, the brother-in-law, the sister-in-law, the uncles, the grandparents, because people just simply can't afford to do it on their own anymore. And so that part of it's kind of sad, but hopefully we'll have some new the market will correct itself to the best point possible. We'll see some loan programs that make sense. Um, I mean, you and I were just yeah, even Melrose. I mean, we're seeing Melrose get extended from, it used to be 25, 30 years. Now I guess we're seeing 40 and 50-year Melrose. I mean, it's just difficult.
Without a doubt. So 2025 is here. February's right knocking on our door. We just hit that threshold. What are you going to be doing differently this year? Did you kind of sit down and think it through and saying, okay, Steve, 2025 is here. What do I want to accomplish?
You know what? I have. I mean, I tend to on my I'll say my real estate business front. Um, I've honestly rethought a lot of the prior strategies, as I mentioned earlier. A lot of my business was referral based, um, but quite frankly, with the change in the market and the technology and the competition to the I'll say to what the solo agent. I'm really going to go back to the basics and focus on networking and building new relationships and strengthening old relationships, because at the end of the day, I really feel like one of the challenges, or that we see right now, is because of technology and because of maybe probably COVID. It's difficult to get customer service anymore. I don't care where you go, what store you go to, if you even go to a brick and mortar, but it's difficult to get somebody on the phone or somebody in front of you to actually provide customer service. And I think that's one of the things, foundationally, what a real estate agent needs to do. At the end of the day, you're working with somebody who's going to either buy or sell one of their largest assets, and there needs to be I think before anything else, trust, right? Trust and respect. And I feel like with me, and if you ask me, one of the things that I'll say set me aside to other agents in the business is that I think my personality, my skill set, and honestly my knowledge supports it. But um, I really believe on building clients for life and looking truly at their best interests. I mean, I look at it and I say this all the time, people laugh, but I'll treat your money like my money. And anybody that knows me, they know that I like my money and I don't like giving my money away. So I would say that at the end of the day, um, getting the most bang for your buck in this market, given everything else being equal, is a challenge, but definitely one that can be done. Just takes a little time and a perseverance.
Well, I like that. I treat your money like my money. I think that's one of your biggest strengths. I think your customers know that. So, I was going to ask you a question, but I think you already answered it. It's about what's your biggest strength? You're absolutely right. I think customer service is one of your biggest strengths. Being trustworthy, that is another strength that you have, as well as it's all about client care. I mean, is there anything you want to add about what you feel is your strength in working with people?
You know what? Again, I think that's a loaded question, Gene. But I think definitely one my strength is market knowledge, and it's I'm a people person,
Yes.
and in a lot of well, you know what? Let me share with you one of the things I learned a long time ago. I know you're going to hate me for doing this, but let me just say, so one of my very, very first mentors um, was a gentleman, and kind of a funny story. I used to work for Kmart, and back when I was like 16 years old, and as every Kmart had, there was a door greeter, and our Kmart was no different. And so I'd go to work every day, and our door greeter, he's an older gentleman, very thin, much older. And to be honest with you, when I first met him, I kind of felt sorry for him because I thought, my gosh, this guy's so old, and he's working at Kmart. Poor guy. And I didn't know him. But anyhow, as I continued to work there and I got to know him, he and I became really very good friends. And I looked at him as like an older brother, big brother. Um, and without getting into too much of it, but basically, his name was Michael, and he's actually was a retired he was a retired sales director for one of the national airlines. He was a national sales director,
Wow.
and I got to tell you, um, he probably taught me more in the brief time we spent together over a 3-year period. And again, I was what, 16, 17, 18. Um, he left a mark on me in terms of just, you know what, treating people how you want to be. I mean, nothing amazing, but just the basics, right? And it was everything, quite frankly, that my dad had already instilled. But he just said it because he had the wisdom and the stories behind it that it just always sank in. And so one of the things I remember some 50 years later, one of the first things he said, look, son, he's like, let me tell you something. When you talk, you teach. And when you listen, you learn. And it's better to keep your mouth quiet and let people think you're stupid than to open it and remove all doubt. So I've tried to emulate that most of my life. It usually has served me much better than not. So I appreciate the wisdom he shared with me.
I think that is really amazing. It's kind of like when you and I have a conversation. You share with me a lot of your thoughts, and I sit and I listen, and I don't react because you've got so much on your mind to share with me. But it's kind of fun, a day later or 2 days later, I come back and I say, "Hey, I really listened to what you said, and I really liked what I was hearing. I've got a couple ideas that I want to share with you, and I think you and I strategize really well in business and in life. I think you complement me very well."
Oh, I appreciate it. And you know what, Gene, I got to tell you, and I know I've mentioned this before, but I'll say it for the audience here. When I first moved my real estate business to Santa Clarita, in fact, I have shared this with you. You're one of two, I'll say, I don't know, real estate agent affiliates that approached me. and straight up said, "Hey, I want to meet with you and I want to show you how to build your business." And to any real estate agent or any business owner for that matter, that somebody's willing to do that without knowing them, to me that says something. And like I said, you were one of two, and I have very strong relationships with both of you guys today, and I appreciate that. In fact, that's one of the things that I think real estate agents need to do more of is we have like a lot of different, mastermind. We have a lot of buzzwords, but to actually sit down and do it and then execute what you talk about, that's the sweet spot. And that's what I try to focus on.
Well, thank you for that great compliment. I really, really appreciate it. You know, you made a compliment or a comment earlier about networking, how important that is in today's marketplace. Would you like to go into a little bit more details about the importance of networking?
Oh, absolutely. So, well, okay, so yeah, networking. It's like, whether we like it or not, as a real estate agent, we're in the sales business. That's what we do. We're salespeople. We sell things. We help people buy things. And again, it's all about the numbers. And the bigger your I'll say your client base, right? The more success you're going to have. And one of the key, I'll say foundational task that we do as salespeople is fill up our sales funnel. And so the only way to continue to do that, there's only two kinds of people out there, right? It's the people I know and the people I don't know. And for me to be more successful than I am today, I need to meet more of the people that I don't know. So I typically try to go out on my day-to-day, I'll say my day-to-day excursions and get contact information for five people, right? And when it comes to networking, I mean, the other beautiful thing about networking, and I'm assuming you want me to talk a little bit about like the different business networks I've been involved in, is that you never know where your next client's coming from. And I've had it happen time and time. And one of the things I learned not to do is to judge people, um, you know, in terms of some of these people you meet in the networking groups, because they may not be your next client, but they may be the one that refers you to your next client. And so, you know what? It's game on, ABC, always be closing. Um, and there's no better way to do it than I'd say networking is probably one of the best ways because it's a force multiplier when it comes to where can you go and meet 5 or 10 different people in one setting, other than calling people on the phone, which I'm not a great advocate of.
No, I like that though. You know, it's who do they know? I think that's the key to networking, right?
Absolutely.
Without a doubt. You know, you were honored last year for your commitment to your customers. You were honored in your dedication to your business. You were honored in your dedication to your clients. You were honored in your dedication to the consumer and to the community. How does that make you feel?
I feel honored. No, how does it make me feel? You know what? I feel it doesn't. I'm the person who I am, right? And I tell this to my wife, probably more than I should. But you know what? I'm 60. I'm 62. I'm in the fourth quarter. I've done what I'm going to do for the most part. Now, I think I get happiness or peace or contentment by again trying to help people and give back. My wife and I were very fortunate. We have and I'm not a religious person, but there's no better word to say we have a blessed life. And I feel like there's a lot of people around us that, you know, when we can help them, we should help them. And that's what I think that's one of the things that makes Santa Clarita the community that it is. It is a very close knit community of so many different levels, and I just want to be, in a position where I'm able to, do my part.
Well, you do a great job at doing just that. So let's finish up this show. You were kind of talking about your mentors in your life. You talked about your buddy from Walmart. Would you consider him one of your biggest mentors?
He was definitely, I would say, a significant in early age, right? I mean, I'm 16. I don't know anything, right?
Right?
I don't know what I don't know. But I will say, I mean, mentors in my life, wow. I would say without a doubt, my biggest mentor, the greatest, the person who probably had the most effect on molding me, and not to sound cliche, but it was my dad.
Yeah,
And my dad taught me hmm, at a very early age um, the importance and what do I want to say? Well, the importance definitely of having a strong work ethic. Um, my dad, I mean, most of the time I remember growing up, he had 2 and 3 jobs, and it wasn't because he was successful; it was because he needed to make money. And my dad not only, had multiple jobs, but I remember as an adult, he was, going to college, getting his degree. And he always instilled upon me hard work and the family values. And so I'm lucky for that because I know a lot of people that didn't happen for. Um, and then in terms of I'll say business mentors, I don't know that I have one or two. I feel like my path has taken me on such a diverse, I don't know, road that I try to pick up a little bit from everybody. I mean, there's certain things I think that, I'll see. It's like, to be honest with you, it's like having a real estate coach, right? They each
right.
have their own personality. And so I try to take the good from some of them that fit my personality, and I stay away from, some of the other things that don't fit me or I don't believe in, right? Because it's all about, at the end of the day, um, who are you, and what do you stand for? And I think that was one of the things my dad taught me, is that, what, at the end of the day, people are people, and you're going to be treated the way you treat people. And
Exactly.
so, just try to be a good person and try to, give back when you can.
Well, your dad sounds like an amazing man, an absolutely amazing man. And my dad was very much the same way as your dad. My dad, it wasn't about making money. His whole thought process, he worked multiple jobs too, but it was all about he needed to take care of his family, and he did whatever he could to do so, like your dad did with you and your family. Cheers
Right.
to you.
Right.
So
Thank you.
the
Cheers.
show's ready to end, my brother. Any final thoughts you want to share with our viewers today? Anything they need to know more about Steve Lieberman that you want to share before we say
Wow.
goodbye?
Loaded question. See, you know what? I should have had my 30-second infomercial prepared. You know what? Well, I could say this, that if you're a real estate professional out there and you're in Santa Clarita, and you're looking for somebody to talk about ideas and business strategies, or even maybe co-sponsoring some events, I'm definitely open to it. Obviously, if you're a consumer, if you're looking to buy or sell or invest in real estate, I would love the opportunity to earn your business. I will say a couple of things that set me apart from the average real estate agent is I do have a very deep understanding and appreciation for real estate investments, whether it be residential or mixed use, or even commercial. And so I'd love the opportunity to talk with you, to talk about your specific scenario, and see if we're a good fit and we can work together.
Make
And
a
with that,
make a
I'll leave it.
business love connection, right?
Exactly. You bet.
Exactly. Hey, Steve, I got to say thank you so much for being on the program today. I truly appreciate it. And you have to promise me that you're going to come back when I invite you.
Absolutely. Loved it.
Oh, without a doubt. All right, so I'm going to say goodbye, everybody. Steve Lieberman, you are my idol, and I appreciate you so much. Santa Clarita, I love you dearly. You have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.
See you later. Bye bye. Thank you.
Hey, everybody, it is Scott the Mortgage Doc with the exclusive Academy of Real Estate Professionals. And we've got a shout out to these incredible listings this week. So let's jump right in. We have Craig Martin and a listing at 398,800. It is at 18752 Mandan Street, Unit 1007 in Canyon Country, California, 91351. It is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Living square feet on this one is 886 square feet. So as mentioned, it is a upgraded 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo with 866 square feet of living space, located on the ground floor, offering natural light and a welcoming atmosphere in a family-friendly community. Remodeled kitchen and bathrooms that enhance comfort and style, making this condo a perfect move-in ready home. Primary bedroom with ensuite bathroom and a spacious closet, providing both privacy, and convenience for everyday living. Added convenience of in-unit washer and dryer, a rare feature in this community, offering practicality and ease for everyday chores. Private enclosed outdoor patio, ideal for relaxing, entertaining, or allowing children to play safely. Community amenities include a sparkling pool, spa, on-site laundry facilities, and 2 on assigned parking spaces for convenience. It's got prime location to closest schools, parks, grocery stores, popular restaurants, cinemas, and easy access to bike and walking trails for outdoor enjoyment. What a beautiful listing. All right. We have another listing with John Paul Guzman, and is at $49,900. And this is at 23701 Western Avenue, number 94 in Torrance, California, 90501. This is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. Living square feet on this one is 432 square feet. So, this is a fully remodeled and furnished home located in a well-maintained community with appliances, including making it move-in ready. Small pets allowed with park approval, offering flexibility for pet owners. It's got a space rent of $2,100 per month with 3 times space rent required for approval. 2 swimming pools available for relaxation and recreation within the community. On-site laundry facilities for added convenience, making chores easier. 2 parking spaces included, ensuring hassle-free parking for residents. This is a great opportunity to live in a welcoming, fully equipped home with fantastic amenities in a prime location. What a beautiful listing there. Nice. All right, we have another listing with Wendy Schoaf, and this is at $650,000. This is at 7560 Vallejo Drive in Tujunga, California, 91042. This is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 864 square feet. So as mentioned, this is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath fixer with 864 square feet of living space on a generous 5,867 square foot lot, offering endless possibilities. It's perfect for first-time buyers, investors, or anyone looking for a rewarding project to make their own. The home is a blank canvas, ready for you to expand, landscape, or create your ideal outdoor retreat. It's located in a convenient area near schools, parks, and shopping, providing easy access to local amenities. Final showing on Thursday, the 6th, from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m., giving you the chance to view this property. All offers must be presented on Tuesday, the 11th, so don't miss out your chance to make this opportunity yours. Schedule a tour and start imagining the future of this home today. Wow. Very exciting. Very exciting. I love it. And Charlie Gonzalez, we have a listing at $615,870. This is at 4224 West Iverton Street in Lancaster, California, 93536. This is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. Living square feet on this one is 2,670 square feet. This premium 2011 built home featuring energy efficient upgrades, including a fully paid off solar system, whole house generator battery, and an electric car charger. Custom wood flooring throughout and a spacious home office with built-in bookshelves, which could easily convert to a fourth bedroom. Split floor plan for privacy and functionality with a generously sized guest bedrooms sharing hallway bathroom, plus a convenient powder room off for the kitchen for visitors. Chef's kitchen with custom cabinetry, pull-out shelves, premium Viking appliances, and an oversized center island, plus a walk-in pantry large enough to double as a second kitchen. Primary suite with an abundance of natural light, an ensuite bathroom featuring dual vanities, a soaking tub, a walk-in shower, and a spacious walk-in closet with custom organization. Entertainer's backyard with low maintenance features, including a covered aluminum patio, outdoor fireplace, built-in barbecue with natural gas hookup, and ample space for gatherings. Additional features include extra concrete, large gated access from the front yard for easy entry to a mini garage, perfect for extra storage, bikes, or a hobby space. And wow, what some incredible listings this week we have with the exclusive Academy of Real Estate Professionals. This is Scott the Mortgage Sock signing off. Bye, everybody.